Yo, yo, let's run it after this ad. We run it. Okay, after this ad. Ha! Double ads. Man's got to upgrade his YouTube account.
When I got the news that we had gotten into our dream.
Someday we're going to make it. Until then.
For my publicists and bloggers, from the dirt and ocean water to buildings across the border. I got it, I got hype, I got everything you ordered. From the day to the night, we do things you never thought of. I be super out of touch. They say I do too much. I might run it up, so you know what's up. It's an easy flex. Get your muscle up. It's electric rush. You should hype me up. Wanna be just like me, better do the right thing and be something like you, cause that's what the people need. Not about what you heard, it's about what I see. I don't have to go to sleep to get all of my dreams. Now we going up, shoulders full of dust. And just don't forget, pick your people up. Always on a flight, never home too much. We a busy bunch, it's a busy month. Here's a lesson about it, it's just economics. Once you start to get it, they gon' hear about it. Never stop your hustle, don't you cry about it. Pressure make a diamond, pressure only keep you shining. Make sure you don't forget it, don't forget the mission. That was nice. Make sure you don't forget it, once you start to feel it. Super hype, hey. Super hype is yeah, we the super hype is, super hype is, super hype is yeah. Know you see me shining, see me shining, see me shining, yeah. Pressure make a diamond, made a diamond, going diamond, yeah. Super duper hype is, woo. Super hype is yeah, super duper hype is yeah. Super hype is yeah. Know you see me shining, see me shining, see me shining, yeah. Pressure made a diamond, going diamond, yeah. Super duper hype is.
Pressure made a diamond, going diamond, going diamond. Yeah. Super hype. Run it back, everybody. It's a day. Tomorrow's a big day. Bigger day. Trying to pin the tweet. Can't find anything. Need to learn bookmarks. We got a couple things, though. Probably the biggest thing is Dot Swoosh and Fortnite Nike Air Max. It will feature an immersive and first of its kind Air Max themed experience made in Unreal Engine Fortnite. Unreal Editor Fortnite by Nike. UEFN. I have to remember my acronyms, but yeah, Fortnite x Nike Airforia collab will feature Nike designed skins, cosmetics, and special rewards for Dot Swoosh members, according to Nike's creative director. My reference here is pinned up top. It is HypeX, which they must be legit because apparently they have 2.6 million followers, and hopefully they're not all bots, but you know, they're doing something right probably because I doubt that's all bots. But yeah, HypeX dropped a fire tweet 2 days ago. Artifact News on the spot, though, found his tweet. That's where we got that from. So people want to dive into that. I think that's an excellent place to start because it's literally Fortnite and Nike and Dot Swoosh. There's also this, I guess, all of the different Dot Swoosh animations of the kicks are rolling out. Those are heavily inspired from Artifact, I gotta believe. So I know that the team been doing some work on the back end there to reinforce the parallel branding. I would think that's just my take on that, though. Then I got a pair of Johnny Genesis SB Dunk lows pinned up top. Make sure you see that. Like, comment, retweet, support this sir who's out here redefining what Artifact kicks could become at some point, because those slap. Like those have a vibe. If you got comments on the kicks, if you got thoughts on Airforia, or you just generally want to chill, feel free to tap that request button. let's run that up. But until then, we're going to hunt for the things of the ecosystem to pin up top, preferably from a chat that has tweets in it. So if you were wondering kind of like what I was talking about with the Neon 95s, the dot swoosh animation, it shows kind of, they're lime black and shades of gray, which is pretty awesome. But they go into like a skeleton's chest almost, which that's like a throwback to, imagine if your kicks were more than just kicks, like your shoes have augmented reality filters that kind of blend with them. Like that was Artifact back in the day. And I think that's the exact energy that inspired a lot of the animations of Dot Swoosh. We saw, the season one, trying to get all my different drops right. Season one, Air Force One collection, like those animations definitely, led the charge as far as what a digital sneaker could look like. And then Dot Swoosh just followed suit with a bunch of really good ones that, they took inspiration, I think heavy inspiration from Artifact. And the Neon 95s, they drew my attention immediately, the colorway, and second of all, the skeleton bones that kind of form around it. Like this is the augmented reality playbook that Artifact has pioneered. So I just think it's happening for sure. There was that tweet. I think somebody just photoshopped. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think somebody photoshopped Murakami Crypto Dunks on a Mr. Beast Fortnite thing from like months ago. I'll pin that too. I'm not sure on that. I don't know if anything's happening with Mr. Beast, Fortnite, and Crypto Dunks. I doubt it. It looked like bad Photoshop. Maybe it was official. I don't know. Or it was a person just doing some Photoshops. But yeah, I'm not. JKB thought it was legit. He usually has legit things. If it was legit, we got to talk to somebody about that render. Called Prez. Oh, man will knock it out the park though. So we got a person on that. And then we got Medic tagging the squad in a Rufus tweet. Nice work finding the evolution Rufus. I don't know the story behind the Evolve tab coming soon on the Crypto Kicks, but if anybody has that story, let's deep dive that, because Crypto Kicks are a portion of the ecosystem that has been quite silent. And then we also have L'Oreal Group's favorite brand. I can't say it. Schumer. Yeah, we just can't. We're going to have to learn. We're going to need a pronunciation on the favorite brand of L'Oreal Group, because they are partnering with Artifact, and it looks to be a pretty big deal based on the responses in the comments. I don't know who they are. They are an augmented reality fashion forward brand. We just hit on like 6 different things in about 6 minutes. So if we want to deep dive anything, I'm going to pick the Genesis SB Dunk lows. But we'll see how long we can keep going on that one. Maybe Fortnite Nike. I don't know. Figured somebody would be pretty excited about that. I want to rock the Johnny Kicks. I want to rock those Dunk lows in a lime and black colorway, sir. In Fortnite, well, we get that fat dub. That is the dream. That's the dream. Run it up. Lime gang on top. Let them all know. Dripping so hard, they're never not going to know. Yeah, I guess those are kind of the things. So like tomorrow, the Fortnite Nike Air Foria, that comes out, and we're going to learn more about what that means. I just saw piece on HypeX about how .swoosh members will have special rewards, which is an interesting tie-in. But if that really is digital collectibles in Fortnite, that is earth-shatteringly massive. Really, really pushes the tip of the spear forward with that announcement. I got to hold back though. Nothing confirmed yet. We got no facts. We got a cool HypeX tweet. Pretty hype. But yeah, we'll wait for the press release on that one. Probably something with the .swoosh announcement tomorrow, the Nike announcement, I guess, and then there's a Sneakers Live, I think, on the 21st. Then there's a .swoosh community space later on the 21st as well. So maybe we can break it down another tier once we get the facts in approximately 42 hours, 46 hours, quick maths, 45 hours. Yeah, we'll figure it out. 2 days, approximately 2 days minus a couple. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What are people thinking out there in this ecosystem? Because there's a lot of things pinned up top that are incredibly thought-provoking. I did ask Benoit an interesting question. He did not respond, and I tried to bump it, but I don't think he's going to respond. I was curious. So L'Oreal Group, or L'Oreal, I guess. I don't know if it's group. I'm going to guess it is. They actually purchased Byredo like a week or so before that announcement kind of went out. I don't know if that purchase, that acquisition delayed whatever was happening, or if it's still happening, or if it's not happening under the new regime called L'Oreal. But it's exciting to see that L'Oreal is partnering essentially with Artifact here with I have no idea how to say the brand's name. So it's a creative economy, future of beauty, augmented reality. I'm sure we'll all be looking good with some shiny eyeliners. Will rock. Will rock. Yeah, this is if anyone wants to jump up, let's rip into something here, because it's hard to know what direction to take this at this point.
No way, Jack. What's good?
What up, comp?
Dude, I have you guys I have you in the background at the gym, and I was here like, I was like, I wonder if he's gonna let anybody reply, and I come check Twitter and nobody came up. What the hell? I got you, bro.
I was like,
I'm
there's a
here
lot
like
of
doing
exciting
cardio.
things.
Can you hear me breathing? No, dude. I remember one time I was up here, up in my stage by myself, and you came up and saved my ass, dude. Do you remember? I was like, Jack, you saved me, bro. I'm not as good, like, I'm not as smart as you, bro. So I can't like talk on topics without having discourse, you know. So
You're
I'm always
equivalently,
impressed.
comp. You are at least equivalently as smart as me, sir. Because we're both in the same space at the exact same time, so we're doing something right, and we're both talking. So that's pretty cool.
During the darkest of the bear markets, yeah, we're here. Does that make us smart, or does that just make us?
Or we
Make us,
exit liquidity.
no, exactly. So I'm trying to get an update. So I just now realized that company's part of L'Oreal Group, but I'm trying to figure out what the game plan is with makeup and clones. Like, how are they going digital? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do. I don't know for sure. It would be really cool. You know how Ali just put out the dynamic profiles. He kind of had that cool video with his clones sitting there. It's like probably we could make some kind of thing that like just uses the webcam, and then it makes it look like you're your clone sitting in your space pod, and then you get that 1080p level shiny eyeliner, that little bit of augmented reality drip on the clone just to give that sick face tat flex, because we can, I guess.
Bro, I want to think it's way more. I want to feel like it's deeper than that and less surface level. Like I feel like we always think of the obvious, and I almost want to believe. How do you pronounce the name? I almost want to believe that Artifact is gonna pull them into the digital realm in a whole different kind of way. That's what I want to believe. Like more customization than just that. You know what I mean? But that's speculation and hopium.
Yep, maybe walk me through that one, comp. Help me see the vision on that one, because I'm a little surface level right now.
I don't know. We always talk about the ability to change hair and change skin tones and change like your overall look of the clone. Of course, clothing, but um, they could be potentially having them come on board to help them with the inventory platform and giving more options of like adjustments to your clone. You know what I mean? Rather than just the simple ones that we have, they could be bringing on the team to bring on a whole new kind of option. I don't know. I wish I knew more about that company. Uh, I translated their whole Twitter page and read as much as I could, and I still don't know enough. Oh man.
Yeah, we need a pronunciation expert as well, because that we're 0 for 2 on that one. Baron, are you you are a sir of culture, but are you this cultured in leading future of beauty brands?
No.
How do you say it, Baron? Come on.
We're 0 for 3.
I don't even know where it is. Schumer.
So, all right, I'm going through the post at the top though. And I got ADHD brain. So I saw the Evolve tab is back on the crypto donks. Are we speculating that that's after Ramoa, after we get crypto kicks, then they're going to start working on the evolutions? Or do we think they got a team working on it already?
Dude, they've been working on that. There's no chance it's been sitting on a shelf for 1 full year, comp. There's no chance.
Dude, if
No
you found out,
chance.
if
Someone tell
Jack
me.
found out they were
Someone
on a
tell me
shelf,
it's been sitting on a shelf gathering cyber dust for 12 full years of crypto Twitter. Yeah, no chance, bro. No chance. It's been there for a millennium at this point.
a whole decade in crypto.
Yeah, decade.
I don't even want to think what those things were selling at, man. Oh, yeah. Well, guys, I did 30 minutes on the stairs. I'm about to do 30 on the bike. We're getting ready for Vegas. You know what I mean? Sorry,
Comp,
that's a change of subject.
you just had an entire conversation after doing 30 minutes on the Stairmaster.
And I'm on the bike now just because I could use two hands. I'm going to be on Twitter, Discord, could be everywhere.
I love that. I always play phone games on the bike. Really just gets me through it. Talking on the bike, that's impressive, though.
You know, it was impressive watching you squirm up on stage. Actually, you did a pretty good job, but no one was coming up. I was like dozing off. And I was laughing in my sleep, though.
You know,
I
Baron,
remember,
sometimes it be like that, and we just have to rely on the power of our ecosystem here to support the awkward silences that can and have occurred, or the pregnant pauses, as the sir likes to refer to them as.
I'm not as good as you at it though, dude. I'll just sit up there by myself with the music playing until somebody comes up. Like, and then I realize they tell me that nobody else can hear the music, so it's just me, dude. It's just sitting in silence. Oh man, what's up, Johnny?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Called it a day.
Nice, Johnny. Those things slap. The SB Dunk lows look good. Love the use of the blade, the colorway, the red, the black, the white, the gray. LFG, dude, you got that new age style with that like edgy, aggressive, like, yo, we here in the red too, bro. Slaps.
I wanted to see what it would look like if I cut up my Genesis t-shirt and put it on a shoe, right? So that's kind of what the thought process was, because I have one and I'm like, I just have one, so it's like I was contemplating. It is a really dope shirt, you know. It's like if I was to be able to utilize it, I was gonna try to use the Genesis hat, T-shirt, and hoodie and make like a pair of shoes, like with just those materials. I think it would be insane. But then doing it for like different DNA types would be crazy too. But you know, it's just because the logos and everything like that are so big on most of the shirts, it would be kind of hard to utilize them in the proper way. But with that Genesis one, with all the coating on it and stuff like that, it was like super dope.
Dude, I was thinking about doing something similar with I rocked the Genesis tee earlier today, and I'm like, I wonder if Johnny can change all the red on this tee to lime.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, but I'm sure if we took the design, I'm sure we could take the design and then put it through and then have it screen printed in that same way. But again, with logo usage and IP and selling, but I'm sure if it's a one-on-one,
Right.
probably pretty doable.
No way we would be monetizing off IP that is not owned and operated by ourselves. Let's just get that disclaimer out there. NFADYOR for the recording.
Also, though, I saw the post with the Evolve on the crypto dunks, and that's been there since the day that we minted those. Because I was paying close attention. I remember it was saying coming soon. It had like googly eye emoji next to it. I don't know if it still has the eye emoji next to it, but I know that was part of the plan with the whole trailer. I think we were talking about that too, right? When the trailer came out, it you know, it was talking about evolutionary trees, and then they even teased us with the demon with the 3 different evolutionary stages it was in, and based off of potential real world manufacturing that we might be able to actually forge these based off the evolutionary trees in the future. And then Rupsy brought it to my attention actually a couple of weeks ago about the soul. And this is something I actually wasn't aware of, but based off of like I think there's some kind of unit in the soul itself where you can actually detach and attach different souls onto shoes, or soul units onto shoes, aka where you would see the different DNA types of the soul units that they did for like the alien or the demon or whatever else it is, and you basically would be able to like attach it, and then almost it's like the auto lacing mechanic. Rups, you might be able to explain it more if I'm getting this wrong, but you basically attach it, and then it's almost like a wind thing where it like locks it into place, and then you're good to go, and then you can interswap different soles onto a single shoe, right? So, not sure if that's the case, but that would definitely help evolve a single pair of shoes if you're being able to change the actual sole unit, and then you're being able to use the digital screens to change the upper of the shoe.
Yeah, so the kind of there's a patent that Nike uh, is placed, and it's called a racing engine. So we have the lace engine, which is auto lacing, but if you Google Nike patents, one of their one of their newer patents is something called the racing engine. And from, it's a lot of legal jargon stuff that I don't really understand, but kind of what I can understand, what I got, what I think it is it looks like it's something similar to the lace engine. It has like a motorized something in there that creates tension between the outsole and the upper. And so it looks like you can detach outsoles and swap outsoles, kind of depending on what you're using the shoe for. And this engine inside of the outsole that's kind of embedded in that outsole will create a tension between the outsole and the upper, keeping it in place. So it's just, and if you look closely at the Crypto Dunk, that outsole is actually wrapped around the original outsole of the Crypto Dunk. So like right in the middle of it, there's a space, and you can actually see the actual Dunk outsole in there. So if this is something that they're going to bring to life, it would seem like it would make sense that it's something that attaches to an already made shoe. You know what I mean? Like that outsole is something that's molded or somehow attached to the Dunk already. So, who knows? We'll see.
Fire, Rupsy. All I know is I'm rocking my Relics tees Well, I got my custom crypto kicks that match the DNA drip. Sir, I would pin that to the top to do it proper justice, but your content goes so hard that Twitter flagged it for including sensitive content, sir. I can't see nothing on your page, but I like it that way, Rupsy. Never change. Let Twitter filter you. Don't let them silence you. For the space that can see the Sir's designs, I encourage you to check them out. I also actively encourage you to participate in the drop because those designs slap so hard that Twitter blocks them to limit the reach because they may or may not include sensitive content.
That's crazy. I had no idea. It's funny. Oh well, it is what it is, man. Yeah, I appreciate all the love, dude. It's been a lot of work. I'm glad to finally be done with it and see how it's gonna go. So yeah, it's fun, man. On to the next thing.
He said another one. On to the next. That's really good to know, though, that the evolve symbol has been there since day one. It's just so old that it's new again.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was definitely paying attention to more than anything else in this entire ecosystem since day one was the sneakers. And so it's like I was like combing that shit through like every single sentence, every line, every patent, I was trying to find everything about them that I possibly could. So
Dude, that's how things start, man. That's so funny. Because, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's funny that, like, I mean, that someone could have run with that for a long time without, and then Johnny says something. So make sure to tell people that thing ain't new. Maybe I'll reply to that tweet.
Dude, Baron, if we don't tell them, they're not going to know. This whole ecosystem is IYKYK in that sense. And, like, that's kind of the core point of forming this space, however long ago it was to make sense of everything that's out there because there's a lot. And, like, some of it's been sitting. So it's good to know that that's been there for a while. It's aging well, like a fine wine.
So I think that the AR feature on the luggage is so dope. Was really excited to see that, and I think it's just I don't know, it's unique. It's a talking point. If you fuck around with it when you're in the airport, and kids can play with it. I don't know. I'll play with it. Nice little surprise. Um, I don't know why. I saw some things about shipping. Like, I don't understand. My UPS always appears this way. Like, not always, but I've had a lot of packages where it's like, it's just looks like it's sitting there, and maybe it is, but it's coming. So anybody that's worried about that, don't worry. Remo is handling all the shipping. They know what the F they're doing. And I'm excited for. I have no idea what to expect out of this Fortnite announcement, but no matter what it is, it's good. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I'm in a place where I really don't have any like expectations or foregone conclusions about what I think it is. So I'm just rolling with that. But anybody that thinks they have any idea what it is, I'd love to hear about it. And then we can pat you on the back and say you called it, since it's, what is it, tomorrow? So yeah, I mean, we could like, be like, yeah, you called it on the timeline or some shit. So that's what we're here doing. There is a lot of stuff going on. This project's kind of dope, Jack. At the end of the day, it's just the super cool brand that's just going to grow and grow and grow. And I laugh at people that still spend their time worrying about this and that. I think, I just saw a lot of stupid stuff on the timeline about people using other people's PFPs, which is a sensitive topic. It's like, if it's not your PFP anymore, you got to get rid of it. You got to take it down. You got to change it to like a picture of a landscape or something. but it can't be that clone anymore. And you know, if you own it and you give somebody else permission to use it, then that's something else. But I still gonna ignore all that stuff. You know what I mean? But uh,
I'm
I don't know. That's just where I'm thinking today. What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking, it's like, we are Pico Bear macro picture of this ecosystem. But even though, like, even still, it doesn't feel that bad from a vibes perspective, I don't think, because, like, we got a good amount of people that show up on this timeline and rep clones hard, everybody. Like, we still have a loud presence out here. And, like, I think that momentum carries. And, the longer we're out here creating, Ali is posting animated PFPs, dynamic PFPs, like Johnny's dropping custom kick edits that are getting retweeted by Nice Kicks and all the biggest, baddest, hype culture accounts out there. See, Nice Kicks is all I can name. Like, it's not my industry yet, but I'm a digital sneakerhead at this point.
Did you see that Yankee Kicks? I don't know how much Johnny had to do with it. Probably a lot. Just dropped their own like clothing line. They had some cool ass pants, um, some other stuff. So
Yeah, Baron, stay tuned, bro. Like, we just got a
GG.
factory in Medellin. It's
Oh,
finally
they just
set
getting
up.
warmed
Like,
up,
bro,
man.
we are
They just getting
Woo,
warmed up.
we're
baby.
doing
Let's
They just
go.
getting warmed up,
retail
baby.
boys forever.
Oh, it's
Yo,
over.
so hey,
It's
yo,
over.
Johnny, my wife posted on her Instagram for Father's Day. One of the pics was me and the kids at Yankee Kicks, baby, kicking
Hell
it.
yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, it's fun. Yeah, I do. The vibes are good, Jack. I mean, we got a lot going on in a bear. Dude, no one else is doing anything. Everybody's waiting on everything, and they're getting the same information from their projects that we are, which we're getting a lot. We're not getting as much as we want. I think when you're doing things, more is required. Like if I don't do anything in a day, I don't have to tell many people about it. What I did during the day because I didn't do shit, right? But if you're doing a lot of stuff in a day, then I call it stirring up the hornet, stirring up the nest. Like that's what I'm paid to do is like go stir up the nest, get some work going, spin it up, and ultimately you're gonna have to communicate more. So today I'm looking at communication as like as opportunities created by doing shit. You know what I mean? By getting stuff done. And yeah, I am. I'm super stoked where this thing's going, and in a market that most people would just. I mean, they have clearly had built so much stuff. We're just like we're not even in it. And I'm stoked. And I am super happy to see guys like Johnny and everybody else. Like it's like this place is like a trampoline for other projects and success. So that's attraction. Promotion, attraction breeds promotion, or promotion by attraction. It's like people see that success, and they see it attracts them to it, and then you just swell and grow. And there's only 20,000 of these things, so that helps with price.
Well, it's interesting too, because it's like you talk about doing things, and how if you're not doing nothing, you're not talking about nothing. Um, it's like we know the Artifact team's motto is build in silence, drop it when it's ready, kind of thing. That's been clear. But what the silence has given, I think, the ecosystem the opportunity for is to really shine the light on the creators of our ecosystem, because like Beetle has started doing, Artifact 3. We got the bad take, obviously. And, Johnny's still posting custom kicks. Rupsy just dropped, an entire DNA collection of tees. And it's like the creators of our ecosystem kind of get to organically put what it is they're working out there out right now. And hopefully the active people who are here are willing to support it. They're willing to retweet it, like, comment, blow it up kind of thing, like pump it, because that's the only thing that's pumping right now, fam, and it's a tap on a phone screen. So I just encourage people to get out there, get active, engage, participate, because like a like and a retweet, it's nothing at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't cost you anything to do that except the curation of your feed, which, if you care about that much, uh, different different thoughts, I guess, as far as that goes. So I just encourage that probably the most. I mean, even if you don't buy anything from anybody, like, there's just simple free ways to support. And I think with the silence that's out there, anybody doing anything, it gets a little bit more attention, I guess, in this attention economy that we seem to be constantly vying for within our village.
I like the AMA that, or whatever you want to call it, just community forum that Cass hosted last week. And I think that if you were to, and I think he said he was going to do more of them, or like try and do them weekly. But the more that we create like a cadence to stuff like that, and the team does, then it's like I'll know when to check Twitter instead of me waking up and checking it all the time to see if anything was said. And then it's like every day that goes by where I'm like, it's like, so for the people that are already on Twitter, that isn't as meaningful, that statement. But there's a lot of people out there that are just checking their bags every morning. And if we have a weekly or, bi-weekly call, like our forum, like he did last week, I just think that'll be really helpful for people to, and it also disarms the whole conversation of, well, where are you on communication and all, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, lots of things good going on here.
Yeah, as far as a think tank type discussion, yeah, we like the comms. I think that's clear. We like communication, whatever, whenever, however. Well, not emoji,
No, I
not
think you should
not
define it.
emoji roadmaps. We don't like those. It turns out.
They were fun while they lasted. They were fun at one point, dude.
Yeah, the first 3 months they were fun. Then it kept going, and it was not fun anymore.
What do you think's coming out of Fork Night, as my son calls it?
Dude, other than a couple of victory royales and some custom kicks, probably, dude, I really hope it's the integration of digital collectibles into Fortnite, because that really does lead the way for, independent art studios or artists to make Unreal Engine Fortnite edited islands and then integrate digital collectibles into those islands, or use the information from, I don't know, the server to do something on the back end. I think that this entire ecosystem, like the tools for people to build at grand scale, are literally there. We just have to kind of, lace it up, like tighten it all down, get our game faces on, and just do it.
Sounds good to me.
Did you pick
I
Did you pick up on all those shoe references and Nike things woven into that?
did. Dude, they keep dropping. Nike, I need to stop. I mean, God, I buy too many Nike shoes. And to just be only getting fucking Johnny kicks.
I mean, yeah, obviously, Baron, you're just now realizing that.
I'm not. I wish. It keeps me going to work every day. Johnny's shoes. One day, I hope to only be able to slip into those. Oh, and Air Force Ones and Crypto Kicks.
Baron, if you wanna custom some Genesis season ones, that might be happening low key.
No, no. I'll play with some Jordans first. Or whatever he do. He did these Sakai. God, I want them so bad. What the weather spoons.
Dude, those went crazy, dude. Those I don't, for some reason, shit. I mean, between all three of those posts, I think they're over like 2 million impressions. It's insane.
Dude, even my one buddy who doesn't even like, he just knows about the, like, I don't think he knows we knew each other. He tagged me in your post and said, because you were like, tag somebody who needs these. I'm like, oh fuck, this thing's going far.
You know who randomly hit me up about those yesterday? The most random dude, Steve Urkel.
Did
Yeah,
he?
Jerkle White.
Dude, those shoes are perfect for Urkel.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. God, they're perfect for me.
Yeah, they're definitely a perfect summer shoe for sure. I mean, I was like, again, just a random edit, but I was like, oh, we gotta make these.
So how long will it take to turn those around?
Just month and a half.
Curious.
A month and a half, probably. Month and a half, 2 months. We're getting our production down quicker, but yeah, it's all depending on the shoe and like the quality and if like we or like the material really. Because if we can source the material pretty quick, I mean, we can turn the shoe around like relatively fast. Like when I first started, man, it was almost like on average 6 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say a month and a half seems quick.
Yeah, it's been on average, and then depending on the shipping, you know, it might take a week and a half. Obviously, like you guys have seen with like the shipping globally now, it can get a little bit of annoying because it's completely out of our hands. But normally, that's been taking about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So it's like on average about a month and a half to 2 months total, like, full process.
Mm.
Yeah, retail shoes though soon. Like I said, man, because with the whole Yankee Kicks partnership with Von Grok, we have our own shoe company now, so we'll be able to yeah, get you guys retail soon. They'll be crazy limited for the first at least year or so, but like I said, like we're gonna go full out. Material is gonna be insane.
Have you guys ever thought about doing like a token or like a collection, and then they would allow people to access those kicks, or is that just it's not worth it? Because
yeah, like we're definitely trying to integrate Web3 within the entirety of the company, but now that it's like he's working on such a large scale, and because he has so many rewards programs and he has so many clients and he's got so many things, I've definitely been educating them over the years, and it's like I know they've been integrating it into the overall picture of their plan because they're going to be on obviously multiple continents, multiple countries, a lot of physical stores, very digital. And then we're going to be working with physical product in every possible realm that you can imagine. So being able to attach all of that, obviously for reward systems that people for supporting us, it's definitely on the mind. It's just being able to, again, like being able to implement it as well as like a Nike would on like a very large scale. It's obviously the most vitally important thing, and I think that's where I'm still excited being in the space that we're in now, knowing that a lot of these companies are still building and a lot of the creators are building like quality stuff behind the scenes that like still nobody knows about, and they're just getting ready, right? I see a few people in here that are working on some shit, and I'm like, yeah, I'm excited for the future.
Cool part too is you don't have to be first, Johnny. You guys just got to do it the best, and I'm confident that you will. Oh,
yeah, and it's doing it our own way. I think that's the most beautiful part about it. It's like we dictate everything, right? I think in utilizing our community and our friends and taking everyone's input and being able to just create whatever we want.
yes, excited, geeking. I mean that's the beautiful part about this is it's a creator economy. You know, Artifact brings us together, but what we choose to do when we're together is totally up to us at that point. So that's kind of what I think the most beautiful part about this ecosystem is the community and the people in it. Personally, so like thanks for being here. I guess everyone on stage, everyone listening below, and anyone who listens back. Uh, First and foremost, we thank you as an ecosystem for being here because it's that simple thing. And like this is totally off topic, but someone asked me what my values are for Web3, and I responded with WAGMI, HODL, and GM. and they asked, for a deeper explanation into each term. And I was just thinking through it, and I'm like, I mean, it just makes sense. And like the GM one is, a personal favorite personally, because it's like, it's just the most basic, easy, universal greeting that you can give. And it just like, it's a symbol that says, hey, I'm still here too. And because of that, it's a good morning or a good meme or a whatever other acronym you want to use GM as. But it, yeah, like I think that it's just good that we're all still here.
Yep, and adding new ones every single day, which I love. I can't wait for Repsy to be like, yo, I got this dope ass demon that like I've been like have my eye on for quite some time. That'll be like the happiest day for me. I'm sure more for him, but I'm waiting for it.
I love the custom though too. Like I like that Rupsy's rocking a custom. Jem's rocking a custom. Johnny, you rocking a custom. I'm rocking a custom.
I could steal yours, Jax. Should I just steal
Bro,
yours?
you don't have to steal it. You have permission, sir. Custom that thing. Run it. Spin it. Let it go.
I'd rather just steal it without your permission and just do all kinds of fuck
Well, dude,
shit.
I just want your content to be, still go so hard that I can't see it on this account. And like, if I can't see it, is it really happening? I don't know. You got the files though, bro. Rip a custom, have some fun, do some demon shit. LFG Rupsy. You ain't stealing nothing, sir. Good luck. Good luck saying.
Dude, someone needs to like mess with that mouth. Have some like mayo on there. Like we got,
Whoa!
you know what I'm saying?
What?
Some sauce. A little rust mouth.
Um, we should just have a pregnant pause on that one. Yo, I did think of something fun though, Baron, kind of along that line. Like the
Yeah,
metal, like the metal shutters, kind of like a garage door, if you will, only like a clamping one, and then like lime ooze just pours out, waterfall,
yeah, dude. We need something gooey coming out of there. I'm not even trying to be gross. I'm serious.
something drippy. I thought we were gonna lose Rupsy
See
there.
this? Did you see Travis Scott going on
I'm
these?
here for it.
You gonna get some of that tennis gear? Those tennis shoes that
No,
Travis is
dude,
dropping?
that was a really cool video though, and it's like that's the production quality that Nike brings to this stuff to actually promote a sneaker drop. So it's like when that starts happening for Artifact, that's going to be really 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 exciting, because that's kind of the thing that we've currently been missing. But literally Nike is promoting an Air Max campaign called Airphoria that is built on a Nike Unreal edited Fortnite island, like with special somethings for dot swoosh. Like crazy, bro.
I wonder if the dot swoosh stuff will just be integrating that Air Force Ones that we just got.
I mean, if it is, just integrating Air Force Ones into Fortnite, that's a digital collectible on Polygon that is an Ethereum layer 2, which is still an Ethereum virtual machine coded product. And that means that we can integrate essentially anything that's EVM coded into Fortnite, which is mind blowing, because everything everything Artifact has put out there has been EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine. It's a drop on um, Ethereum into Fortnite. That's what a Nike dot swoosh uh, digital collectible going into Fortnite literally means, is that Ethereum code is integratable into Fortnite in some way, shape, or form. It might be clunky, might be super clunky right now, but everything starts off rocky, and then we massage it into the yellow brick road, the lime brick road that it shall become. What up, Tevi? As long as you don't pick up at oohs and mouths, I think we'll be on a benefit.
No, actually, what's up, everyone? No, actually, I was like, man, I need to come up here and try to switch those vibes because that's getting a little risque. You know, this is actually recorded and Baron's going in. I feel like that's not okay.
Well, he didn't really
But
go in per se, but we could maybe leave that there.
This is
we should
just the
leave
tip.
that. No, just skip it. Oh my god.
We learned this last week too. Saying just the tip on
Oh,
spaces is not something Rupsy's at least going to carry on with. He will exit real quick. So,
Dunk. I won't
but
continue. I won't do it
yeah.
again.
No. I think before we get too far that way, I was actually gonna pin something at the top here. I had not seen this before. This was, I guess, something that Nike did with Fortnite some years ago. Somebody tweeted that, and that got me thinking about Airforia or whatever. I think it's Airforia that it's called, and what they could do. I guess my question and quote unquote even thought would be whatever island that they're dropping. Actually, I think it's Pepe that ETH who tweeted it. I'm gonna pin it at the top. I think she is. Where's the bet? No, Clonespiracy right here. Okay, cool. But yeah, I was thinking like, would that island, if that's what they're doing, stay in game, or would it just be just like the quick event, and then once you're done, it's like it's no longer playable. It almost feels like it'd be better if it was like a permanent island in the game that they rolled out. But that little trailer I thought was pretty cool. It kind of shows like, I mean, you guys can go watch it, but it shows like the shoes and people like going and catching shoes in the game, and I don't know. It seems like if they that was 4 years ago, right? So if they do something like that, like imagine what else they can do like nowadays, 4 years later. Um, I don't have any Air Maxes currently, but depending on what drops, if there's a physical equivalent, this might be my first pair of Air Maxes, and I think that's pretty dope. It's funny because it's like it's almost like a generational thing, right? Like so, my son, I told my son about, and my daughter about the Air Maxes and the campaign, and they're like, nope, don't care for it. I'm like, oh, it's in Fortnite. They're like, oh, are they gonna have skins? I'm like, yeah, probably. They're like, all right, we'll go hunt for the skins. You can have the real life shoes. I'm like, perfect. I feel like it's a match made in heaven. So they're definitely speaking to that younger generation, right? And or even like people who are more, interested in the digital collectibles. But that's, I mean, it's really coming to life, right? Like my son could care less for a physical pair of shoe. I'm like, it's gonna be probably a cool pair. He's like, I don't care. Do they have a skin that I can put on my? Do they have a new skin? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, then I will go hunt for them for you. Like, I will play as long as I need to get that skin and that pack of whatever else you're dropping. So now I'm excited for it. It's only like it's tomorrow. So we'll know soon enough, whatever it is, unless it ends up being like an announcement of an announcement, which would not be surprising either. But more information will be cool either way. So I'm excited to find out more about it.
I feel like we always give announcements of announcements, that kind of meh feel, but like announcements of announcements are at least mean that something's going to be announced, and that they're telling us that it's going to be announced, and each time they announce a little bit more of something, and I am bullish on announcements of announcements. Definitely.
I mean, I do. Yeah, I mean, I do think that because because it's Nike direct that swoosh, I feel like it's going to be more substantial. Like they're going to drop a lot more. They might have a lot more concrete information in it. Versus truly being just an announcement of an announcement that announces what will be announced at a future announcement date.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess, for tomorrow. But I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
Super cool,
Yeah.
dude. It's Fortnite. It's Nike. It's a campaign about an Unreal edited Fortnite island, which honestly I want to see Artifact Island, but if Dot Swoosh is gonna do it first, I guess that's cool. Like that still pushes us all in the right direction. But we here for the artifacts. We here for the grinders, the builders, the creators of 2052 who saw this, a year and a half ago, 3 years ago, kind of thing, 4 years ago, even earlier. Like those are the people I want to see creating an island, and like that's exciting. Like it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to downplay Dot Swoosh coming into this space and building an island. Like that's epic. But it's like Artifacts Island would be epic. Just my take. I don't know how you guys feel, but I know Baron might be the only one that actually plays Fortnite. Huh. I'm excited for the digital side though.
Yeah, I think that, look, anything at this point is a step in the right direction. We will catch the sail or whatever tailwind Dot Swoosh creates. So whatever they're gonna do on this scale, go for it. Feels good not to have to be the crash test dummies for some of this stuff. You know what I mean? I know that they didn't like use Artifact as a crash test dummy. Like they would say that wasn't exactly the case. I think they learned a little bit from us, and we'll leave it at that.
They learned
it
a
does.
lot from us. The entire
Yeah,
Dot Swoosh
exactly.
drop has been crafted around the lessons that Artifact and we learned the hard way. That should not be forgotten.
Yeah, I don't know why they're so like.
I feel passionate on that one, Baron, because we all felt that gut punch, and they learned.
Yeah, it's nice not to be there. You know what I mean?
It is.
That's what I love about this whole situation is like Nike's plan was to do this all along, right, based off of the patents. But yet then with Artifact coming in, right, it's like they just propelled their plan 10 years forward, right? Because they were going to have to spoon feed this to everyone, right? And then they basically, Artifact was at the finish line before anybody got to the starting line. And then it was like, all right, let's just reverse engineer it, right? And then they just had actual data with us, with like actual analytics saying, okay, this is what happened on the drops, this is what happened on social media, this is, I mean, they got all the lessons that way, but they were planning on doing this global takeover anyways, but it just like propelled them even farther, right? Before Artifact was even a company, like Nike had been collaborating with Fortnite. So it's like, it's just better for us, right? Because it's like we already have 3D ready avatars, and Nike is acquired Artifact, and they're doing collaborations with Fortnite. Again, I'm not a gamer, but hey, if my stuff can get integrated into Fortnite, and I can somehow make some kind of passive income off of it by running out my skins or this, that, or the other, or my Johnny X becomes an actual character within Fortnite, and then I can benefit from that. Yo, that's cool, right? But I love the fact that they're hitting so many different realms where it's like I can be in here for sneakers and fashion, but yet that you got people in here for, I mean, like I said, 3 billion daily gamers on this planet. I mean, they're going to be able to bring in a lot of the people that way. And Nike is obviously a brand with product, right? So if they can have you unlocking like they've always done in 2K and all these other things to unlock digital shoes that turn into forgeable physical limited goods, then it just makes like a perfect partnership with Fortnite, right? And so it's like it just helps us because then Nike can do almost what the Artifact did. They can beta test all this shit with their marketplace with Dot Swoosh to then say, okay, yeah, it's good for Artifact to then enter with their clones, and they can enter their inventory app straight into Fortnite, and it's fully integrated now. And thank God we did all the kinks from doing these like our fourth ones into Fortnite or something like that. So. And doing all these land plays and all this other stuff. So it's like them bouncing off each other, right? They learn from Artifacts, and then Artifacts going to be able to learn from their beta testing as well.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm just kind of seeing that, and that's really, you put it well. Thanks, Johnny.
I don't know what happened. I feel like I got rugged. I have no idea what came through or did not come through. But yeah, that's a good take, Johnny.
Welcome back, Tebby.
What did I miss besides the Artifact and Nike playing off of each other and moving forward?
It'll be interesting to see if we're gonna be like, you know how like I think Rusty brought it up like a couple of days ago, but like with the crypto kick IRLs, how they actually had like different definitions as far as what they can actually do. Like with the blackouts, right? They can jump in between metaverses and this and that, right? It's like all of a sudden their clones are wearing those in Fortnite, being able to bounce in between different levels and stuff like that. I don't know. These are the kind of integrations that we're kind of talking about. And with the crypto kick IRLs coming here this summer, right? And then them having a partnership with Fortnite now, and then being us having to be able to do in real life quests, hopefully if they can integrate that this year or even next year, that'd be super sick. And then we'll see how it integrates that way as well.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that's gonna honestly, that's what I've been like thinking about this whole time, and with the activation for the CIRLs is exactly that, right? And now that they have the formal, quote unquote, formal partnership with Fortnite, um, that would be the perfect play, right? Like to do that and have like, and I think Johnny, you were the one who was telling me about the geofence questing, or that people were, you know, like for those custom drops that people were doing some years ago. So, I mean, all that, if they can deliver on time, right? Like while it's still summer, like everywhere globally, and make that happen, I think that would be a super cool activation. But if I'm being completely honest, like I'm not counting on any of this stuff until next year. I feel like this year is kind of almost really more like getting all their ducks in a row, and you know, catching up on all the stuff that they're late on, and then like getting ready for next year for like the full takeover. And you know, by then you should have hopefully Animus like ready, revealed what it fully is, and everything is kind of tied together, and then build off of that. Like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say they're going to do what they always do, right? Small beta tests here, there, here, there. They're just going to keep testing the waters, testing the waters, testing the waters, and then slowly onboarding, slowly at a time, right? It's like they'll only, you know, just add another 25,000 dot swoosh people. Okay, let's beta another thing, right? Okay, let's onboard another 100,000. Let's beta something, right? And let's just keep testing it, testing it, testing it. Like they always said, they're super strategic in what they do, and they're not going to just jump in and onboard everyone until it's perfect. And they have a blockchain being able to handle the traffic and all this other stuff too. So yeah, I think it's, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be this year, next year, or the year after that, but it's like, you know, I still think it'll just be slowly integrated every small beta test. And this is just yet another small beta test to see how it works.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that gives me a little bit of pause, right, is the what Samuel was saying around their website, like the Artifact website, right? Like they're thinking about having that ready for end of the year, right? Like, you know, the new one that has everything updated and upgraded. So that's kind of why I'm like, well, you know, like, yeah, it could have, like they told us this summer for CRLs and just about everything else. But, you know, as you're getting like these little nuggets here and there, it's looking more and more like it's, again, this year is kind of a wash when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So it's more of like, if you get it, great. If you don't, you know, don't be mad. Like they, again, this year is truly more of a redemption, catching up, tie it all together, transition year, in my opinion. Doesn't always feel the greatest, but feel like if you're trying to do a mass takeover, it's like use the time wisely, and the people and the support is here right now, right? So like just do it right, and I think that's what they're doing. And I think as long as they keep comms open, and you know they've been doing a little bit better at that, obviously, then I think it's gonna be solid. And there's plenty of news between now and then, right? That you know keeps you will kind of keep things fresh and exciting in between. But I'm personally not expecting like a mass activation anymore until like next year. And part of that, frankly, is more of a lower expectation, so that yes, hopefully they come back and they blow it out the water. But I don't know. I know Baron has the thumbs down. He's like, no, I want it now.
I'm on the other side too, Tevi. I need something good this year, and I think that they will deliver. It will probably be late Q3 is my call, early Q4 maybe. But like we know there's a large IRL physical space Animus activation, and I think that's kind of like the thing of 2023. Like yes, we're going to have Crypto Kicks IRL. Yes, pod burning, incubation, whatever the other thing is, I can't even remember, hibernation. And I think that we're going to learn more about the mothership that we're hopefully arriving on as we're drifting through space here, and that like those mechanics get rolled out, and then we actually understand what Animus is. I think that's kind of what 2023 is going to be about, and then 2024 probably starts to more or less tie some of this stuff together. But we need that big boom. Here's what all of this is. I feel we are well past overdue on that personally.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not.
disagree. I think so. Maybe just to clarify, like, what I'm saying is, I I'm not expecting like the CRL activation that they've talked about. Like, I feel like that's not going to be, and I could be wrong, right? But like my expectation at this point is like, it'd be awesome to get the shoes like this summer, like in the July to August timeframe. I just don't know that that's necessarily going to happen with everything else that's going on. Like Animus to me is a different ball game. Like I feel like that's always been more of a Q3, Q4 deal. And I know that they're working on that, and I feel like that will drop, which is why I keep going back to 2024 is really where things really take off, right? Like they tie it all together as we close out the year, and then next year you're starting fresh. So that's kind of where my mind is at, honestly. Like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe they exceed all of our expectations, all of my expectations, and then deliver. And I would love that, but I'd rather, like, obviously I'm here for the long haul, so I'm not in any rush. I would love, love, love for all this stuff to like, just happen back to back to back to back, and kind of pick up a little bit of that what we had last year, where when they started dropping things, it was like one after the other. But like, I don't know that we're going to necessarily get that. I do think we'll know what Animus is before the year is over, and that's going to be. I do expect that will be whatever it is, whatever the real name of the project is, and what it's going to do, and everything. I think that's going to be beyond anything that we've been expecting, and that's not even overselling it, in my opinion. But that's kind of where my head is at.
Definitely think this year is the year of the physicals. Yeah, just redeeming all the physicals that we'd collected, right? And then, they're building the infrastructure out for us to be able to implement those. Because we still need to be able to do in real life quests and all the double tap peel air claims and all that stuff with the Crypto Kick IRLs as a beta test for Nike and everything else to do the crypto dunks, right? And anything else that they want to do, because these are the first smart sneakers that they've ever released too, right? So it's like if they do plan on doing in real life quests, or they plan on doing, Bluetooth enabled or updates or upgrades or anything like that, they're going to have to use them through those, 5,200 pairs of shoes at some point. I think you're right. I don't think they're going to start it till next year, maybe next summer would be a good time frame. But yeah, well, only time will tell.
Concepts, ideas, thoughts. What are you thinking, Baron?
Well, I'm glad I'm listening because it helps me. Like I appreciate Tevy and for setting my expectations back another year. You know what I mean? I'm cool with it. Whatever. Because they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, and if that's what you guys like, if it takes that long to like get this, I know it's happening. I'm not even worried about it. So, um,
Yeah, it's funny, man, right? It's like as we sat in these spaces for all the 2 years, is like year and a half, and we talk about, oh man, I wonder what's next, and we look back on all of the things that they've done. Like in retrospect, it's a shitload, right? And you're like, man, that was when you look back, you're like, man, they did a lot in a short amount of time. And they always said, man, we've been saying, right, 5-10 years, 5-10 years, right? Don't expect anything like the grand picture. Don't expect any like come to Lord moment where it's like, oh, I know every single thing about this whole project and their whole grand scheme and their whole plan. It's like, no, dude, I don't think we'll ever know that, to be honest with you. It's like, I think I think they're always going to continue to evolve, right? It's like, you don't know what Nike's doing right now. They've been around for 50 years, right? And we don't even know. I mean, we could try to read their patents and guess what they're doing, but we're still trying to figure out what this Airtopia thing is.
Did you see they bought that? Dude, I'm not trying. It is. It's the same. I'm in the same boat. I mean, I think you got there quicker than me, but I'm here, man. Where it's like it is going to be a 5-year deal. You've been saying that forever. It's like, guys, they don't do anything in less than 5 years.
Nothing's cool before 5 years, right? If you really think about it, how long things take to get like actually cool, right? Because you got to see it over and over and over again. Then you got to see real life examples. And again, the random creators like Ali, what he just did with those things, like sparked a lot of people. He involved the community, just like Rupsy. He created his clothing line and involved the community. It's like as more and more activations, like that's what's so exciting for me, man. It's like as my Johnny X becomes more lore-ish and stuff like that, as opportunities come for these things, and people are like, yo, can I just like import you into my TV show? And I'll pay you like a handsome, royalty off of just like, having it be on Netflix. It's like, yeah, dude, that's amazing, right? It's like that random things like, oh, yeah, I want to put you in a global campaign. It's like, oh, for Fortnite? Oh, sounds great, thanks. Yeah, I will pay you, handsomely for it. These are the things. It's like that's going to take time, and like they don't plan on going anywhere, right? And Nike is the biggest marketing company in the entire world, like you said, right? With these trailers, when they want to put money behind something, when they want to market something, when they want to bring it to the masses, like yeah, they're going to do it. It's not a question of if and or but. It's like, okay, yeah, and the whole world's going to see it, right? That's what's so super cool is like I keep saying 5-10 years, and even then that's a short time horizon for me. Like I really do think like 10, 15, 20 years, like Johnny X is going to be a very valuable profile picture, right? It's going to be one of those things. Again, I don't want people stealing it and taking my IP and using it and claiming it, because it's like, even if we're in a bear market now, it's like, imagine in 10 years, it's like Nike's suing everyone for using their IP on shoes, right? Because it's like, yeah, it's a valuable IP. It's like, if you create something so valuable that people can make money off the thing you created, it's like, you've clearly done something right, but it's like, it's something to be protected in a way. But yeah, this is the things that like I'm super excited for, man. It's like 10, 15, 20 years, I ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere. Hey, how about Nike buying that LA that golf team from Smash Golf, like Brooks Koepka's team? Is that real news?
I'm not sure if it is, but that's really interesting, because I know Brooks has had a close relationship with Nike, but
They
I mean,
bought it for $2 billion.
yeah, I mean, golf is becoming a massive sport.
So do you know what they're? Do you see what? Have you heard about what they're doing? So
No.
Tiger Woods and Rory are starting an indoor golf league. The driving, all that will be like digital, like through a simulator, and then it'll all be like televised, and then the rest will be like indoors, and so you'll have like everybody will be mic'd up that's playing. It'll be a 6-person team going against a 6-person team. The first stadium is going to be in Florida. So you'll be televised, and it'll be in-person seating. And guess who else has a team? Serena Williams, Alexis Ohanian and her husband, and her sister Venus. So right now it's their team that I know about. It's going to be called LA Golf, and then Smash Golf, which I've heard from 2 sources now that Nike acquired for $2 billion.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger and Rory are like damn near billionaires, all in their own right, from Nike, right? I mean, they're 2 of the biggest athletes in golf, right? They're the face of the PGA. I mean, they've been sponsored by, well, Tiger's been sponsored by Nike for 30 years now, and Rory's been for a decade.
I was thinking of calling those guys and seeing if they wanted to use my clone for when they project it on the screens and stuff. I'm dead serious, dude. If you guys don't think this is like walking right in our face exactly what we want them to do, that whole thing that is going down there is us.
Well, the fun,
so thick.
LeBron a clone for no reason.
You had no reason. Oh, by the way, Serena, no reason.
It's
You
cool
know,
too, because like when people make connections, and it's like, who are you going to go to? You're going to go to the people in the ecosystem that are here for the right reasons, which that becomes kind of clear with time, more or less, hopefully. And I don't know, it's like that entire future that's going to take 5-10 years, 1 week, 200 weeks. I don't know. Um,
yeah,
Whenever it's
no.
ready, like, it's going to be exciting.
What I was gonna say is, I watched the movie Air yesterday, actually. And I'm already bullish on Nike, already bullish on Artifact. I do take the long term vision on just about everything that I do, anyways. But watching that movie, and if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, I promise. But seeing how they, like, where Nike was in the early 80s, right, compared to like all the other brands, and how they got Jordan and how they moved, and obviously we know the history after the fact, right? And now acquiring Artifact and how they're moving into the space, like the way we're seeing them move with that swoosh, and being very methodical about their approach and everything, it truly gives you perspective, um, on like what is actually happening here, right? Like, this is, I've said this before. I know others have said it too. Like, this is not a 1 week, 1 month, 1 year deal. This is truly, think about the next 10 to 15 years plus, and like what's gonna be built, right? And I've said it before. Like, by the time when the decade is up, like we get to like the 2030s, like it's gonna be a whole different ball game. Like, as ultimately, I'm pretty bullish on all this. Like, even like I heard about the golf news, but I don't play golf. I don't know too much, virtually nothing about golf. But it's like all these little, like, connections and integrations, and just expanding the branding, and getting into different verticals, like slowly but surely, and laying the groundworks really, so that when it does hit, it's they've basically cornered every piece, every sector, and they can just build from there. So it's, to me, it's interesting. Like, you're seeing all of these little plays that are being made, and yeah, it's really cool to see. Even when I think back to like a year ago, right? Like, all these things that we dreamed up, we were dreaming about, like some of that stuff is actually coming to fruition, right? Like, it's not just daydreaming about it anymore. It's more like, hey, now we're seeing it come to life, and now it's more like, okay, how do we use it? But it's coming together. So if we were able to do that, all of that, or we really, Artifact and team, and Nike did everything that they've done in the last year, and you're seeing the creators like put in work again. If really, in the last 6 to 8 months since they got their files and everything, imagine what happens when it's all put together in a nicer package and people can just run with it. So yeah.
And you've seen that over the time, right? With the Clone Tools 2.0 inventory app, hopefully coming soon, and they'll hopefully make it so much easier. Like, it is just like a plugged in, like almost like as easy as like just opening your phone, right? And being able to plug and just go, right? It's like, and then it just is so integrated that it's like just an everyday thing, right? Once it becomes an everyday thing and it's fully integrated, then it'll have so much more meaning.
And that's the key, right? Like, the thing is, once the average person that doesn't know or is not following this thing day in and day out can plug in, or like they see it on their timeline, they're like, oh, what's that about? And they can turn around and just grab it and use whatever, right? Like, and it's super easy, to your point, Johnny, where it's just like, yeah, just open this app, and I can use the filter, or I can use this, or I can accessorize my clone or my avatar and just run with it. Man, by then it's like it's almost too late. Like, if you're trying to come in and do that, like, it might be a little too late at that point. But that's the that's the benefit of being here early, right? Uh, I know I told Jack for sure, but like Microsoft Teams now has avatars that you can integrate. They've been talking about that for a couple of years now. That feature is rolling out. Has rolled out. It's more of like, does your business have a license or not to use it? Um, but it's all those things where like 3D avatars are actually working into corporate America, right? It's so, and then you have like the Apple news, like all of these things are basically all it's really telling you is like, this is the way we're moving. And 3D and AR, all that stuff is going to be more and more and more relevant. Um, I think it was Alts actually that posted something about an Audi not too long ago where that prototype is using augmented reality instead of like the consoles and the buttons. Like it's all AR driven. So like no matter where you look, like all this stuff is being like everybody and anybody, everybody's working on the same technology. It's just how do you apply it? What sector do you apply it in? And when you know that this particular collection, this brand, Artifact Nike, has been building with 3D and AR in mind from day one, and everything they've been doing has been solely focused on that. I mean, I don't know how you get more bullish than that. And I'm a little tired today, so that's why like there's not that much excitement in my voice. But that's the hype is there. The hype is definitely there.
Okay, Tevi, we're all tired right now. The hype is deep within our souls, buried.
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Um, Dude, that Audi thing was really cool. Just like the ability to totally change the inside of a vehicle. And like, I don't know, it had the visor that's plugged in. It's like, are we going to be driving in augmented reality or mixed reality? What does that look like kind of in the future as we progress into it? It's like, that's going to all kind of unfold over time. But, I think we start wearables, vehicles integrate. Who knows where we go from there? Pretty soon it's the Jetsons, bro, flying cars. Um, but it's like, who knows? Like it could happen. And like, I appreciate, the discussion on it. And it's like, I just want to take a moment to like invite anybody below. This is a free, open, really community driven space. There's no plan, less of a plan than you think there is anyway. So just hit request, jump up, ask any questions, share any thoughts, pin any tweets that are related to a theory that we can deep dive, because like the whole goal of Clonespiracies is to be a think tank of the ecosystem. And to be a think tank, we need diverse, different opinions, whether we can tell that you're excited or if the excitement is buried deep down. Bring it to the surface for us, because it's there somewhere. And like, there's a lot of exciting things as far as Fortnite and Dot Swoosh and Nike in this space as a whole. And we're relatively quiet on the artifact front right now. It just kind of is the nature of the content plan or the strategy that the team's going with, because it's a building period. So we'll kind of see what that means whenever it's rolled out. But I think for right now, the best thing, I guess what I'm trying to do is trying to make sure that we're focusing on the creators of the ecosystem who are still showing up to show us what they got going on. So again, subtle plug, Rupsy Relics designs go so hard they filtered off my feed for sensitive content. Dropping July 4th, 0.01 ETH. Epic. You get the digital T to rock the DNA. Come on, y'all. That is crazy. So much time went into those.
So
So
I
yeah.
gotta ask, Repsy. I gotta ask. Like, is there plans for some physicals down the road at some point? And you don't have to say this is when I'm gonna do it or any of that stuff. It's more of a I've thought about it. It might or it might not happen. More of a type of question. I just don't want to put you in say something that you don't want to say. But is that for Relics? Is that more of a full on digital and there might be something else down the road on the physical side, or are you thinking more staying fully digital with all your future creations?
The sir has chosen not to respond. I think he has stepped away from his phone. I do not think he heard any of that. And it's super obvious. Or he's just like, nah, Tev, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait the hard way, which is how I give nothing other than what's out on the official channels. Check the tweets, sir. Uh, that's what I'm going with right now. That's that
Yeah,
demon energy coming out, Tevy. He said
I,
no,
he
nothing.
said no. I feel like that's proper demon energy right there. So we're gonna have a strong one with us pretty soon here. Couldn't be any prouder. Excited.
So excited for that energy up in the ranks. You asked that sir a question, he doesn't want to answer it. He's just literally not going to answer it. Like, you won't even know if he doesn't want to answer it. The only way you're going to know if he cares or not to answer it is because he doesn't say a word,
There's
which
like
tells you everything you need to know.
no acknowledgement of it at all. It's like he didn't even come off mute. He's like, nope. Love it.
Yeah, he's totally doing life right now, I'm pretty sure, because pretty sure that he usually will respond, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. For now, I'm just going to go with that's Rupsy Relic's demon energy. He doesn't want to answer it. He's not going to answer it. But that was a really good question, Tevi, and I am genuinely interested in the answer. But knowing makers and makers of things, uh, it would be a very nice parallel branch to merge some worlds, uh, sir. So maybe I'll just that's my thoughts on that. Who knows if anything ever, but the digital opens up a door at the end of the day, and that's really what you need. You need a door, you need the access, you need the ability to participate in something to turn it into whatever it's going to become. And it's like, you know, vision jacket, Tevi, like baby steps kind of thing, like these things. I want to rock that, bro. Facts, 100%. And it's like, I don't know when, how, if, but like at the point in time when it makes sense, I feel like it'll happen. Um, it's a progression thing. And, with everything, I think that it's a when it's ready, and when we can. It really comes down to when, I guess, is what I'm coming back with. So maybe whenever Rupsy comes back, let's just ask him when.
You know, my only request for the Division Jacket Jack is that when it is ready and when you do drop it, that it kind of coincides with like winter. You know, because that would be helpful. People I have to take seasons more into account when they're doing drops about their random things. Or not even so random, just items, right? Like if you're traveling, you need suitcases. If it's winter time, you need jackets. If it's summertime, you need t-shirts. You know, seasons matter. So when you drop the Vision jacket, don't do it like in the middle of summer. That's not gonna help me or you for that matter, given where we are in the world. So there's that.
Yeah, no, seasons will be accounted for, sir. I agree. I think 4 seasons in Minnesota is a blessing. We get to see every different shade of all of it, and how that works out is, yeah, it really does kind of structure lives around the activities that people do, and then that dictates the drip they want to rock or not. And it's like, yeah, man, June crypto kicks would have been sick. Hopefully August crypto kicks are still sick.
Yeah, I mean, see, this is the thing is, right, with this whole new market strategy, is like kind of what I've been in my entire career is like it's based off of pre-orders, right? So it's based off of like buy order, right? And then it's like so you're having to drop it, and then you're having to deal with like real world manufacturing to be like, depending on how many units, obviously, how long is it really going to take for us to release? Okay, yeah, it's going to take 6 months. All right, so you have to release something in the summer for them to get in the winter, right? And so you have to deal with these things like this with the companies now. It's like I feel like a lot of companies are going to go that way. It's just like how short of a window are you going to be able to do? If a lot of businesses are going this way, a lot of factories are going to get overrun with, they're going to have to figure out the logistic of that if they're doing everything by order, right? And then it's going to come down to who's paying the most, whose quality is going to be the best. It's like a lot of this is going to get put into consideration, but it's like if that's their model from now on, where it's like digital first, physical later, or doing pre-made sizes and then releasing that amount, and then it's just first come first serve. It'll just be very interesting to see how companies maneuver with manufacturing going forward.
I think it becomes critical to essentially, you bring the manufacturing in-house to streamline the entire user experience, your brand experience, the speed, the delivery, the responsiveness. However it can be done, if you can bring it in-house and streamline that from a supply chain perspective, you're going to make it. That's going to be a better time than trying to jockey for space with other people. Yeah, you keep up the machines, you hire the people, you get the team, all that. But I think in the long run, it's going to be better. And it's like Nike has factories, but they probably also do a lot of contract manufacturing. And I don't really know how that world works, but industrial manufacturing, like we own most of our own factories, and it goes so much smoother than any time I ever have to touch a contracted manufacturing service, purely because they don't really care at the end of the day. Different. It's just different.
I mean, every company, right, has like internal um, manufacturing ability. Maybe not every, most, many. That are like in the manufacturing world have their in-house stuff, and they still have contract manufacturers, right? Because you can't, like, it's not feasible to have all of that overhead on your balance sheet. So so you got to have a little bit of stuff like that's contracted out. But it's really comes down to more of those relationship building and all that stuff. So again, I fully understand. I get it. It's but like I said, it's part of the growing pains of being where we are and where we're going. So I don't know. It's
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see if people are shopping for like seasons,
yeah.
like seasons, right? Because it's like, well, shit, if I know I'm not going to get this till December and it's July, it's like, or if I'm going to get this, it'll just be interesting to see how like the shopping trends go or how drops go. Like you just said, it's like being strategic with your drops and seeing how it go based off of like how long it takes to actually make these
That's
pieces.
the part I'm interested in, right? It's like, yeah, like honestly, more from almost from a marketing perspective, like looking at how does the mechanics play out and how well they execute. And by they, I mean just like brands in general, right? Because I do truly believe that this is the way that the whole industry is going, and everybody's going to be doing this. And it's going to be more of a who's the most successful at it, and how do you keep your customer base like in the know and time it and then deliver in the time frames that you're saying you're going to deliver, and really like from a logistics perspective, like how do you make it all work, right? And I think whoever does it the best is going to win the biggest slice of the pie. But yeah, like for somebody who enjoys that kind of things, like just the purely from the business aspect of it, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out longer term. I think it's going to be better for the industry overall, anyways, right? Like less waste, um, and it just kind of allows people to buy the digital first and kind of really think through: do I really really want this thing? And you can kind of play around with it. You can put it on your avatar. You can do all these things if you're into that, or if inventory and other app of that nature roll out, where you can actually just go online and utilize AR to really try it on, play it around, have it in your closet. Kind of like let it marinate for a while, and then decide like, no, actually, I don't. It's cool, but I really don't need to wear this. I was hyped about it, but I don't need it. Right? Then you don't have to forge it or redeem it. But if you do, you know when it's going to drop, and you have a time window, and you can really plan around against seasons if that's something that you know matters or accounts for wherever you are in the world. So it's going to be interesting. Like the whole shopping experience, I think, in the coming years is going to evolve, and it's going to be pretty different than what we're used to today. Maybe like I feel like I've asked this before, but like for Air Maxes, do we think so? Kind of going back to Airforia, do we think it's just going to be like a new colorway, or is it going to be something new and fresh? Like that has never been done before.
I think this is just going to be an experience. Like, I think this is going to be like a playable experience in a way where it's like they're going to integrate it and they're going to do like a eager hunt. I think that's what they kind of hinted at. I don't know much about it, but I think they're going to actually make it like an interactive experience that you're actually going to be able to, and it's based off of Air Maxes. So it's like, I don't know how deep the rabbit hole they're going to go on that and how many models they're going to just hit. I'll let somebody else speak.
Shadow.
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm actually like really quite surprised that not too many people are talking about this Nike Fortnite thing tomorrow. But I agree with a tweet that I saw earlier. It must be a bottom signal for real, because everybody done lost hope. Yeah, I think personally, I think what we're going to be seeing tomorrow is some form of skin. That will be a collaboration between Nike and Fortnite. I've heard that if you have a Dot Swoosh account, you will get something special. Now, I don't know if that's something special on Fortnite, or maybe that could be a Fortnite, I know, like themed shoe or something, but we're definitely going to be invited into some form of hunt. So I know this is the conspiracy channel. My opinion on this whole like deal, we may not see right out the gate. Uh,
Whoa, whoa,
was-
whoa.
Thank you, Baron. Shadow.
Sorry,
Conspiracies.
Shadow.
We don't do conspiracies here, sir. That would be weird. We do clone conspiracies, my friend, and
Thank you, Shadow.
yours is very very welcome, and I'm excited to hear it. It's
Yeah,
conspiracy. It gives us the tinfoil hat vibes, and I don't know if that's really us. Maybe someday.
dude, Shadow, you're about to deliver a great conspiracy, but you called it the wrong thing. So we we just can't let you go on and describe it the wrong way. So go on with your clone conspiracy, sir.
all right. My clone conspiracy is Nike. They are very methodical about how they do stuff. They don't do something for no reason. Ever since, like y'all were talking, every for the longest time, basically, I would dare say, since they, if you've seen the Air movie, since they did the Jordan line, Nike has always looked to what sorry Nike's always looked to what the future may be, and they build towards that, and they adjust as they go along. I personally think this is going to be some form of, kind of like dip your toes in the water. But I do think Nike and Fortnite, if there's anybody that could do it, see, the thing is, somebody's going to be the first person to integrate NFTs with Fortnite. And we've been talking a lot on our end, in our groups and stuff, of how we see this thing going down. We've already have a partnership with EA. Nike themselves is making their own games. So you gotta remember, that's two different games. Nike themselves is making a gamified experience, which will probably be the walk or move to earn. And then EA themselves is having their own integration of NFTs as well. I foresee Fortnite being also one of those that can be integrating NFTs, or especially these dot swoosh and crypto dunks. I want to make sure I throw that in as well too, because we got to remember the creators of this project, they come from CS:GO skin making backgrounds. They come from video game skin making backgrounds. Not too many other creators, other than I think the Azukis, really come from that type of background where they already know kind of like the circles that they need to talk to get this type of ball rolling. And what Fortnite has, they have all these skins where you can be like Optimus Prime, you can be Captain America, you can be all these crazy heroes, right? But none of them are integrated with NFTs. One really easy, like I would say, like scoot in to kind of like get the water, like get people's feet wet, would be, hey, and it all ties into what Fortnite kind of does. They always do these wacky, over the top, that appeals towards kids and things of that nature, that is funny but cool at the same time, like Transformers riding Jurassic Park raptors, like crazy stuff like that. Imagine them being able to offer and be like, yo, would you like to put some sneakers on your Optimus Prime? You want to put some sneakers on your Darth Vader? Like wacky stuff like that, it would work. And I think Nike knows that, and I'm pretty sure the people at Epic Games know that. The important part is how it is presented. So I'm actually very, very excited to see what tomorrow is about. Now, if it's just a skin hunt, that's fine. They did that with Jordan. And if it also is a physical chase as well, because I think there's a chance to get a physical shoe, then that's great. But eventually, I will not be surprised if we wake up one day and see some form of collaboration where they would integrate digital shoes on top of an overlay of their skins, which I have been told. We have a guy, his name is Trevor. He did he worked on God of War, the first God of War at Santa Monica, and he worked on some other video games. He's now in the NFT space. He works for Todd McFarlane, the comic book creator and toy creator. They have their own NFT line. And his Todd McFarlane wants to have like the most high end NFTs, period. 3D NFTs, 4K resolution. You need like a PC right now to even run their platform, no mobile. And he was even saying, it is, you guys do not understand how easy it would be, especially since they already have 3D files, to overlay this over skins. He said it would be literally more or less like a click of a button. He said a team could probably get it done in like 24 to 48 hours, and to look really good. So yeah, that's my clone spiracy. I'm really interested to see what we get tomorrow, but I'm very excited about the future when it comes to crypto dunks. Don't forget about those, and also the Nike dot swoosh stuff for sure.
That's where I come in.
Where do you come in, Johnny?
When all those skins need to be skinned.
So excited. Shadow, that was awesome, man. I appreciate that journey, that delve into your mind. I think you're spot on, and that's coming from the guy on the Clonespiracy account here on Twitter. But we think you're right, sir. Sushi, welcome to the stage. What are you thinking today?
What is up? What is up? GM. Yeah, I just want to follow with what Shadows says. I also play a little Fortnite here and there, but my Clonespiracy for the Air Max, I think, yeah, for the Air Max Fortnite collaboration, I think they're gonna have a skin. I'm not sure they're gonna do a shoe because you can't customize shoes in Fortnite. You can do backpacks, you can do the gliders, emojis, but I'm not sure you can do the shoes. I think they haven't been doing that. I think we're gonna see some sort of skin. But my Clonespiracy right now, I think one day we're gonna see hopefully our CloneX in the Fortnite skin. We saw this with sorry, we saw this with projects like Superplastic, who's made NFTs and got their IPs as skins in game. We don't know if it's gonna be. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be like the IPs, the NFTs that are owned by the Artifact team, or maybe from the communities. I think it would be cool if we do have the community skins appear as some sort of collaboration. I think I'm pretty sure they're gonna have that along the way. That's gonna be bullish news as well for the CloneX community. But that's my Clonespiracy. Hopefully, CloneX skins in Fortnite.
So I like the way you presented that. I like the concept about really coming into this space the right way and, you know, doing community collaborations. That is the essence of what it means to all make it. In that sense, is the communities making it along with the founders via the combination of art and technology. Like, it's beautiful. Yeah. Yes. I like it a lot. I love it. I hopium for that. We already know. Sir Kicks, Sir Banks on the digitals. Johnny and Rupsy. I still want that collab pair, sirs. 1-1. Whoever gets the left shoe, that's for y'all to decide. Yo, Tevi, I just saw an emoji come from Rupsy. That means he's back, bro.
I
Or
just
he
I
really
noticed that
liked,
too.
or he really liked that, and he just really didn't like that earlier question that you asked him when he just silent Stonewall Jacksoned it.
Yeah, we get to see if which one it was now that he's back.
I'm on demon time, dude.
Ooh, it
I
was demon
mean, no,
time.
I
It was
I
demon
had
time.
I was eating, brah. Eating. What's going on, Ted? What you got?
Nah, I was just curious about the whole relics thing. Like I know right now it's all digital, but wondering if you have any plans down the road to do a crossover, merge some worlds. Drop some physical relics.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility, It's a lot. It's 7 different designs. So there's a lot of logistics involved in trying to get something like that done. And obviously, with Artifact kind of leading the way, I want to hold myself to a high standard. With that said, I don't think $100 t-shirts need to be like a common thing. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a market out there for a t-shirt that might be slightly less quality, but also a lot less financially. With that being said, again, it's got to be good. So it's just if things align, yes, I definitely would like to do it. I want to wear these. You know what I mean? If anything, I'd like to get some just for myself, but for everybody else as well. I mean, if there's a demand for them and we feel like this, if this goes well and people want to wear them, then I think we can figure it out. Um, so yeah, I mean, to keep it short, yeah, I think that's the end goal. That's the ultimate goal. Whether we get there or not, we'll find out. But that is definitely the ultimate goal. But with that, obviously that'll only be available to people that hold it. And I have some stuff. I have some ideas. I always got some ideas, man. I'm always trying to cook something up, and so I got some stuff coming up that I'm trying to work on, and maybe I can incorporate, a system of if you hold the Relics NFT, then you have access to this item that I'm kind of working on or whatever. So we'll incorporate something into it. This was just a way for me to provide something to the community. I'm not a handout kind of guy. I don't really believe in that. We all can provide something. Every single one of us have something to provide, even if it's just showing up in the spaces and listening or being a voice or whatever it might be. But we all can provide something. So this was my way of doing that. And because my thought was if I want to like really be in Web3, like I'm all good with that, but I'm also a father and a husband. And I have responsibilities, and so uh, if I'm gonna buy a clone, I want to be able to use the funds that I've gained just in Web3 to do it. I don't want to have to use USD and take money out of an account or save money or what. I don't want to do that. I want to earn it on Web3 and via my wallet, and then transition that into a clone. So that's what this all started as. It was just a way for me to get some ETH together to get a clone. If it grows legs and turns into something more than that, that's beautiful. If these become physical shirts that everybody wants to wear, that's beautiful. If they go away and this was a one-time thing, that's beautiful too. I don't have really any expectations. But just know that regardless of what happens, I'm going to keep creating. I'm going to keep making cool shit. Like I said, I'm always working on something. I'm always thinking of something. So the grind never stops, man. I appreciate the question, though. Thank you.
Man, that is one beautiful answer. You know, like I respect all that and then some. So, man, I'm excited. Um, and that, yeah, I don't even know what else to say except, mad respect. And, I'm going to be picking up some stuff. I think the price is more than reasonable. Honestly, if you had charged a little bit more than that, I would have still grabbed some because of the beauty, how nice everything looks. Um, and I love the way you marketed it. Reaching out to various community members, utilizing their clones and putting it out there, and yeah, you've been providing value from day one, just helping people out, working with folks and stuff, and just being present and so no, I mean I've told you in DMs and I've told you, in different group chats that I'm 100% on board. So I will hold your NFT, and if it turns into something more, you know, I'm gonna be on that front line for whatever that something more is. And if you drop like a 5 collection T for Rub C alone, make it 6, drop one to Tevi. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and I mean, these aren't like, it's not to where like, oh, you can only get the demon if you have a demon clone. You can get whatever you want. You can get all 7 if you want all 7. And it's an open edition. It's nothing fancy. There's nothing special about it. It's just access to downloadable rigged files for your clone. And with clone tools, dude, it made everything so much easier. It kind of aligned with my project. Johnny will tell you, he's seen me, I've been working on this for a while, and clone tools and the way that Beb has kind of been pushing things out was almost exactly came out like exactly when I needed it. You know what I mean? Like I was able to just kind of just follow right along. And so it really made all this possible. And honestly, like the Artifact team themselves, they've been reaching out. They're really, really supportive. Again, they have eagle eyes, and they saw some IP issues in the initial post today. So thank you, Johnny, for touching that one up again. But yeah, you got to be careful, and and I don't blame them. I'm actually happy that they reached out and kind of told me, hey, dude, like you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like that, to me, that says a lot. Like they weren't rude about it. It wasn't like they weren't like they didn't even tell me to remove it. I just did it on my own because I felt like that's the right thing to do. But yeah, I respect the fact that they reached out and told me that I kind of messed up a little bit. So we redid that, but. Yeah, man. No, this isn't like a gated thing to where you have to get the DNA that you have or anything. If you're an angel and you don't like the angel shirt and you want to be on demon time for a little bit, do that. But yeah, it's just my way of kind of giving back. I mean, people have been super generous to me. Johnny's always right there with me, and everybody's been so kind. So you know, free shirts for everybody eventually, but this one I'm using to get my clone. So and then also, I don't want to give too much away, but with this drop, it gives me wallet addresses and it lets me know who's holding them. So that allows me to do airdrops in the future. So if I have ideas, I hear you, bud. If he's got some ideas too, but if I have some ideas, you know what I mean, and I just want to do a sneaky little drop, I can do that. And so it's just fun. It's cool. It's Web3. It's my first time kind of being involved in a drop like this, and so I get to kind of do it on my own terms, and we're gonna have fun with it. So I really appreciate you guys.
Let's go. I like when he responds. That was so much better than that Stonewall demon energy. We still had fun with that, Rupsy, but bro, that was fire. Fire on the mic. Put that phone in the freezer, bro. Thing's lit.
Now I'm gonna ignore all y'all.
All good, man. Go do what you got to do. We heard that other idea kind of happening in the background there that probably takes priority over the tinfoil hat people up on the Twitter spaces who can't say the term conspiracy because we'd probably get on a list somewhere on the internet if we aren't already on it. Shit, bro, we probably made that list months ago, if there is one, you know,
I
apparently.
feel like that should be like an accomplishment, and we should all get like a POAP, you know, something like the Clonespiracy POAP for making that list. Could be that eyeball. That's
They're called handcuffs, Tubby. They're handcuffs.
Yeah, good luck getting that one. That's a fancy POAP.
Oh man, how epic would that be though? Getting some. Actually, somebody should take that idea, create some digital handcuffs, and then send them out to everyone in Clonespiracy. I would. I mean, can you imagine like some handcuffs with them, like Murakami designed handcuffs, or like
Tabby, what's fun, dude, is like this entire effort, this entire Clonespiracy's effort, it's a community driven thing at the end of the day. I mean, um, if someone wants to do that, I'm for it, man. I'm for the ecosystem self-activating. Liv Toven, she dropped a smartwatch just as a fun gift to the ecosystem, to everybody, to just be able to go in and mint it, kind of thing. And it's like someone wants to airdrop, it's a lot of gas, but GG's, we appreciate the good sir who does said drops. But like, free claim mints on Manifold are easy, they're fun, and it's like if anyone wants to do anything like that, like just tag this account and send it to the chat or DM, and like we can support it on this account as well. It is a community driven effort, first and foremost. So like that's the whole point of this entire space, this entire digital collectible NFT area, is for brands to co-create with their communities. And community generated content is paramount. That's what Artifact's doing with the creators campaigns. That's how everybody gets trending on Twitter, or we get Artifact trending on Twitter, because the community's putting out the content. Artifact's not putting out the content right now, but we are, and that's again why it's so critically important, the way that Nike and Dot Swoosh enter Fortnite and how they enter the relationship with the creators that are building the assets, and is the community being involved in whatever this next step is, or are they not? And that's kind of what I really want to see, from the news, as we learn more tomorrow, the next day, and every other day that follows into 2052, because we are going through it all right now. And it's just been a mission, and I think a lot of people kind of experience that and feel it, and this time is special. I don't know, got a little farther than I thought I'd go there, but that's how I feel.
so. I think whenever I learn how to actually sculpt, that's maybe like on my to-do list for blender skills. Maybe I'll create some handcuffs, and yeah, some people will get handcuffs lime green and with a little conspiracy design. So I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I do need to learn how to sculpt, and so that
Hey
will be a
Tabby,
goal of mine.
when
Yeah,
sculpting, sir?
that's gonna be the running one now. Yeah, man. Well, I have the whole month of August off, so I'm gonna be taking some time off of YouTube and going on vacation. And when I come back, I'm probably gonna spend a little bit of time diving into that. So probably in August, sometime.
No, that's awesome. No rush. Let it happen organically. But I do love the concept of handcuffs. I've had my own handcuffed concepts in the past. But yeah, no, that's great.
I've had my hands cuffed. I mean, like literally cuffed multiple times. It's not fun, dude. They hurt.
I have not.
And it's not a freaky thing. It was a legal thing. It was a legal thing, not a freaky thing.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
that's not the good kind then. That
Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. I still enjoyed it a
Uh-huh.
little bit. A little bit.
He's like,
the question is, did you ask the officer if it could go down that route while you were being cuffed?
I don't think he was really feeling the energy, to be honest. I think he was a little annoyed. So I didn't want to shoot my shot.
It's probably a good call.
I hear anything you say can and will be used against you in that situation. So it's a really good thing you didn't shoot your shot, sir. And we have regenerated the space into pregnant pauses about handcuffs. Um, it's fun. It's good. Community memes, community content, sculpting, relics, custom SB dunk lows, creators, Fortnite, dot swoosh. It's happening here. I do want to shout out Prez also. Prez made a beautiful little animation that he plays on the Clonespiracies, on the YouTube, on the CloneX radio, and like it's fire. So wanted to thank Prez for that. It's probably been that way for many moons, and I realized that again earlier today. So it's just an example, I guess, of community members co-creating these spaces into what they become, um, which is a beautiful thing. And it's like we're right at that 2 hour mark. I do want to pass that baton over to Comp and the Bad Take Squad. Let them run with it. Hopefully, we can hit that 2 a.m. spaces. But I will not. I'm tired. My energy is low. But we got to regen. We got to regen that energy for tomorrow. Big day in office. 12-hour day. We got this though. So I'm gonna
You're
probably
both
run this one
12 hours.
right down to the hard rug, soft rug,
Why are you doing a 12-hour a day?
dude. Because the people need more guidance than they should have to. We just have a lot of things happening right now, Tavi.
All right. I mean, cool.
Well, I guess I'm kind of including a retirement party that's happening for a couple hours at the end of the day, like the
Uh,
end. I'm kind
nice.
of counting that as a work thing because I don't really want to be there. Let's be real. But I'm gonna go to just support,
Do you get free drinks though?
probably, and dinner. So
Uh, then you can't count that. It's like that's like a free like airdrop.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I feel like I can count that time as other overhead hours.
I mean, that's
That's
question.
part of my 40, sir. part of my that's part of my 36. I mean, what? Y'all know how much time we spend out here on that. Before we give away too much, we got to get off this stage, exit this recorded space. Now you know the Clonespiracies of the day on 6/19/2023. Appreciate everyone who came up as a speaker, shared their shot, and talked sweet spiracies to each of us this evening. Thank you for listening below. We do it every week, same time, same space, same place on the Twitter Spaces. Also Friday AMs to catch the flippity floppity side of the world. Uh, uh, Glitching, error, need energy, recharge. Peace.